Hello students, this is Sir Anthony Kashum, your social science teacher. Today we will learn a lesson from Civics, chapter 20, and the name of the chapter is Local Government. Well, in the previous class we have learned what a government is, or what is a government. Yes, we all know that the government is not a human being, rather it is a system to govern the people or to rule the people. This is what we call as government. And we also have learned some of the decisions and responsibilities of a government, like construction of roads, construction of marketplaces, looking after the poor people, etc. Okay, we also have discussed the three forms of government, which include democracy, monarchy, and dictatorship. There are other forms of governments also, like oligarchy, like theocracy, like aristocracy and all. But those other forms of government you will study in the higher classes. All right. So in this lesson, we are going to see together the local governments and its classification also. All right. So before we go into the details of this very lesson or this very chapter, first of all, let us see together some of the keywords which will appear in these very lessons. So the first one is patwaris. Patwaris are those person who maintains land records of a village. Nagar Panchayat, small town committees. Jila Parishad. Jila Parishad are the PAC's body of the rural local government. Mayor. Mayor is the chairperson of a municipal corporation. Tehsildar is a revenue officer of a subdivision or a tehsil, or which we call him as, which is also known as SDO, Sub-Divisional Officer and all. So these are some of the keywords. I wish you should learn all the words before we go into this lesson. Now, decentralization of power. Decentralization of power means power that has been taken away from central and state governments and given to the local government. This is what we call as decentralization of power. So from the very diagram or from the very picture itself, you can see how this centralized form of government or centralized form of power has been vested. So you can see it, all the powers are at the center itself, right? It works in the center itself. Whereas in the decentralization, all the power has been vested or given to the local governments or to the smaller bodies. So this is all about decentralization of power. Power that has been taken away from central and state government in India, so to say, and it has been given to the local government. All right. This is what we call as decentralization of power. Okay. Next, classification of local government. Yeah, this is very, very important. So, you know, union government or the central government is always at the top. All right. And it comes a state government. A state like Manipur, we have a state government. And after that, we have local government. So this local government is basically classified into two. The first one is rural local government, or which we call as Panchayati Raj, and urban local government known as municipalities. So in Panchayati Raj or rural local government, they works at three levels. The first one is at the village level, okay, known as Gram Panchayat. They work at the block level, which is also known as Janpat Panchayat, and they also work at the district level, known as Jila Parishad. So these are some of the classifications of these rural local government. And again, these Gram Panchayat, they have a Panchayat Samiti, they have an assembly. Alright. Okay, this Panchayat Samiti, under this Panchayat Samiti itself, we have Gram Panchayat, which works at a village level, and also they have a Gran Sabha. Okay, in the urban local government, they works at 3 levels. The first one is Nagar Panchayat, which is in a smaller towns. Municipal corporation in a medium-sized towns like in some of the districts of Manipur. And we also have municipal corporations. So these are the classification of local governments. First of all, let us see some of the levels of these rural local governments. First one is Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat is a small committee which works at the village level for the development of the village itself. Alright. So their main works are construction and maintenance of water resources, right? Such as hand pumps, such as water pipes and all, roads, village roads, so to say, and the drainage system, school buildings, and so many other things. Okay. And they also levying and collecting of local taxes. There are some khasna, or what we call as local taxes, which are collected by these Gram Panchayat. They also execute government schemes in the village, such as Gramin, Kisan, or whatever it may be. Okay, there are some government schemes always given to the village people. These are executed. These are, so to say, these are handled by this Gram Panchayat itself. So I'm sure you have got some of the points of this Gram Panchayat. Let us repeat again. It is a small committee, okay, formed at the village level for the development of village itself, construction and maintenance of water resources, and roads, drainage, school buildings and others. They also levy and collect local taxes. They also execute government schemes in the village. Alright, from this picture, you will be able to see that this is the Gram Panchayat meeting. And another one is Gram Sabha. This is the upper house, we can say. They are a general body, the general body of Gram Panchayat. Okay. They elect its head. It is known as the Pradhan, or the Pradhan is also known as the Sarpanch or Mukhya. Right. And what are their duty? The Sarpanch convenes and presides over the meeting. Whenever they have any meeting of the Gram Sabha, the Sarpanch, or what we call as Pradhan, he or she will always preside the meeting. He will be the president or the chairperson of that very meeting. So in the picture, you will be able to see a meeting that is going on in the Gram Sabha of a certain local body. Alright. Next. Yeah. In this picture, you will see a clear picture. So the first level, the lower level, that is what we call as Gram Panchayat. Okay. And this Sarpanch, or what we call as Pradhan, this woman is presiding over the meeting of this very Gram Sabha. Okay. And these are elected by the people itself. And we have another cluster, another group in which they are having a meeting. And in the middle level, we have a block committee. Okay. Their chairperson is known as Pramukh, or they have even Upa Pramukh or vice chairperson. So that is how they organize the meeting, or they execute the power. And at the top level, we have this Jila Parishad. Jila Parishad, you can see over there at the top of this very picture. Okay, they are the chairperson and the vice chairperson. They are They are conducting a meeting. So from this very picture, I'm sure you will understand how the local government in the rural area works. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Panchayat Samiti. The next level of the rural local government is Panchayat Samiti. It is also known as Janpat Panchayat. It is formed by few Gram Panchayat. We have already discussed about Gram Panchayats, isn't it? So the function of this Panchayat Samiti is they have two functions, so to say. Basically, one is civic facilities, which include rural health. Okay, the health of the rural people are looked after by this Panchayat Samiti. They also look after this water supply and sanitation of the rural area or the village, so to say. And they also execute development programs such as roads and regulations of markets, markets area, vegetable vendor markets and all, agriculture, animal husbandry and fisheries, cottage industries and social welfare, rural employment, etc. These are all the developmental works under this Gram Panchayat Samiti. Panchayat Samiti, so to say. And they also have incomes. Their incomes are mainly the state and central grants, the grants that has been allotted by central and state government. They also levy taxes in the form of khasnas, and they also have land revenue, a khasna from land. Okay, these are all collected by an officer known as Padwaris. Let us see who is a Padwari or who are Padwaris. Padwaris are persons who maintain land records of villages. Okay, and they are mainly senior people in the Department of Revenue Office. When you go to Revenue Office, there will be some senior people. They will supervise and they will take the in charge of these Padwaris. Alright, so you can see from the picture, the one who is sitting here on the table is a Padwari, and those who are standing, they are the farmers of villagers. Okay, they are so to say looking together, or they are discussing about the land records of a particular place. So the works of Padwari includes collection of land revenues from farmers. Not only that, they also provide information to the government about the crops that are grown in the area. Alright, so these are some of the works of Padwaris. Next, Tehsil or Taluka, it is also known as subdivisions. You might have heard or you might have seen subdivision in Manipur. Okay, one of the you can see from the picture, this is a signboard from Sub-Divisional Officer Moirang. It is a sub-divisional office. Okay, so Tehsildar or SDO, Sub-Divisional Officer, is the head of this Tehsil, and the works of SDOs or Tehsildar include hear disputes and supervise the work of Padwaris. So the Padwaris, they collect revenues, they look after the records of the land of the farmers. So all these things are supervised by these SDO or Tehsildars. They ensure records are properly maintained and the land revenue is collected. So he look after all this, he supervise all these things, and he makes sure that all the farmers can easily obtain a copy of their land records. Okay, and he gave a copy, so to say, like pata, like sale deed, or like a title deed and all. These are all maintained and kept in the office of these SDOs or Tehsildar. Okay, so these are all about rural local government. And let's go to municipalities or urban local government. Urban local government, as I have already told you, it includes Nagar Panchayat or small town committees. Okay, they are basically set up for small towns. In Manipur, the towns, small towns like Sekmai, Lilong, Oinam are all belong to this category or to this urban local government. They all have these offices. And municipal councils are set up for medium-sized towns and cities. One of the best example is Moirang, as I have already mentioned before. So their works includes supply of drinking water and electricity, okay, to the people. They also establish hospitals and towns, so they help they finance in the establishments of hospitals as well as towns. Okay, they also construct and maintain roads, shopping centers and community halls, maintain accounts of births and deaths. So the birth certificates and death certificates you can obtain from the office of these municipal councils. And they also provide educational facilities like schools, like primary schools and all. Right, so these are some of the works of these municipal councils. Municipal corporations are set up in the metropolitan cities or big cities. Okay, even Imphal, the capital of Manipur, they include in this urban local government. We have a Imphal municipal corporations. Okay, so in Delhi. So as far as municipal corporation is concerned, mayor is supposed to be the very head of this municipal corporation. Sorry. And they have a municipal commissioner who is also the executive officer of this municipal corporation. So these are some of the important points which you have to remember as far as the urban local government is concerned. So I wish all of you to learn all the question and answers from the study materials which I have sent along with this video clip. And if you have any doubt, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to send a text message in my WhatsApp group. Alright, so thank you very much for joining this class and participating in learning of this lesson. Thank you so much.